Welcome back to Spotlight. And joining me now from HSS-USA, the Naperville-Aurora chapter, are Balaji and Ranju. So nice to have you both with me. And may I say, I love your outfit. It's absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to start with you, Ranju. Talk to me a little bit about what is HSS and how did you become involved?
Sure. Thank you for having us. HSS is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. HSS stands for Hindu Swayamsevak Sangh. So Hindu represents the Hindu Americans. Swayamsevak means self-inspired volunteers, and Sangh means the association. HSS was started in 1989, and now today we have more than 225 branches across the US in 35 plus states. The main goal of the organization is to practice, preserve, and instill the Hindu values in ourselves.
Okay, that's a lot. And I love how the name has so many different parts to those three parts. That's interesting. Talk to us a little bit, Balaji, about kind of the programming and the kinds of things that you do.
Yeah, so as was just mentioned, there are more than 225 chapters all over the United States. We have one right here in the Naperville-Aurora area. So we meet every Sunday, usually at 3:30 in the afternoon. And it's like a Sunday school. So basically, the idea here is to have something that's wholesome for the mental, physical, and spiritual development of individuals. So typically what happens is, keeping in line with this, once we get to the school, we have these exercises, the physical exercises that we perform, and this is followed by very sincere and severe yoga. So,
okay.
Yeah. So I must mention here that all the activities that we do is for the entire family. So you have children, parents, and grandparents that can all be a part of this. And after this, we play games. Now, I know games for adults is not something that you would typically expect, but given the fact that there is a child in every human being, we have a lot of fun. It's very competitive. There's a lot of fun activities going on around here, but at the same time, it teaches these subtle lessons of team spirit, helping someone else in a game, through a game.
Absolutely.
And then once we're all tired, we sit down and we have intellectual activities. So it can be a discourse, it can be the topic of the day, something that has to do with Hindu values, and that's how we usually go. And then for the spiritual reasons, we all come down together and we chant a prayer, all of us together, before we disperse. And that's what a typical 90-minute session will look like every Sunday.
Okay. And that's, I mean, and I'm a big game player. I love that because I do think there's so much that can be learned through playing what seems like fun games, but there's ways to get a lot of meaning out of that.
Absolutely. That's the whole idea behind the games over here in this case. It's fun as well as, the subtle lessons that we can learn.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Ranju, okay, the social and cultural organization, how does it contribute to the community?
So we do many activities in the community. So I can mention a few of them. One is the Sun Salutation Yogathon, which we call as Surya Namaskar Yajna. So we do it typically every year in January, which is a good time after the winter break,
right?
When people try to lose some pounds, make some New Year resolutions.
Yes.
So Yogathon is a mind-body technique, and it is done along with the breathing techniques. So we not only do it in our regular Sunday school, but we have taken it to some 203 and 204 schools as well.
Nice, nice. And so you're working with the schools doing this?
Yes, we go there and we take some sessions there.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Another thing that we tend to do is the Guru Vandana. Now, Guru Vandana means Teachers Appreciation. Now, this coincides with the Teachers Appreciation Week, which is usually celebrated in the first week of May all around the country. So the Guru or the teacher has a very important role to play in the Hindu culture. So what we try and do during this time is the children of the HSS, as well as other Hindu organizations, they invite the teachers, typically here from District 203 and 204, and they honor these teachers in the Sunday school. So this has been generally very well appreciated because we have had hundreds of teachers, school principals, IPSD school board members that have come and joined these events. And it's a fun event, cultural event, and it's something that we do to honor the teachers here.
Yeah, that's lovely.
Another event that we do is the Raksha Bandhan. So in Sanskrit, that means Raksha means protection and Bandhan is the bond. So typically we tie it between the brother and the sisters, but here at HSS, we celebrate it as a Universal Oneness Day, and we tie bracelets to the fire, police, and the civic officials.
Yeah, and I know we covered that story. That was fascinating. I mean, I love that you're sharing your culture and including everybody and really explaining. I think that's such an important part, right, of bringing unity together is understanding.
Absolutely. I think that's the Hindu philosophy is based on the principle of Vasudeva Kutumbakam, or the whole world is one family, which is why it's essential that we take this to the world community.
Yeah. So talk a little bit about some of the service projects, because I know that's important and that's a big part of giving back and being of service, right? So tell us a little bit about some of those.
Yeah, absolutely. So seva or service is an important component of a value system of Hinduism. So it's important for us to understand that we don't live only for ourselves, but we have to contribute back to the community. And Diwali is one of the most major Hindu festivals. It's celebrated with a lot of grandeur and gaiety. So what the HSS, as well as several of its partner organizations, have done is to have combined Seva and Diwali. And typically Diwali is a festival of lights. The lighting of a lamp basically drives away the darkness. What we have realized during the pandemic and even post-pandemic is that it's hunger. That's the darkness that's developing, that's enveloping the community. So if there is some way we can help chase away this darkness by lighting the lamp. And the lighting of the lamp here would be to collect food. So what we have done is gone to the community, asked them to donate food, and collectively, nationally, the organization has donated more than 500,000 pounds of food last year.
That's a lot of food.
That's a lot of food with around 490,000 meals. And over here in the local area, we've been able to donate to the Interfaith Pantry in Aurora, the Mary Wilkinson Pantry, as well as Loaves and Fishes here in Naperville. Yeah,
that's a wonderful way, and I love how you're sort of weaving these different thoughts together into what's important and what we're seeing in our community, right?
Right.
Which I know the amount of people that have food insecurity today is significantly greater than it was when we went into the pandemic.
That's right.
Yeah.
So,
Along with this, we also do Adopt a Highway and Adopt a Dream. So in Hinduism, in Hindu Dharma, we see divinity in nature. So we want to make sure that we keep our surroundings clean, and we take a great pride in doing that.
Yeah, and that's been important. Well, and certainly very recently we've had quite a lot of rain, and if those drains are not open, right, we're going to see some problems there.
Right.
And we do involve the teenagers in this.
Yeah.
So that way they learn the sense of responsibility along with the sense of belonging that they need to give back to the community.
Right. I think that, you know, for all of us, right, that's such an important part, because I don't think you wake up as an adult and suddenly realize you need to be of service. That's something that has to be taught.
absolutely.
And certainly in the teenage years is a great time to instill those values.
Right.
That's true.
Yeah. So now tell me about how we get involved.
Yeah. So I joined the organization around 17 years ago, and it's benefited me greatly. I mean, it's I've learned these subtle leadership skills, the discipline, the need for us to give back to the community. And my children, my older son was 2 years old when he started coming to the organization. Now he's involved in community activities himself. So I think it's benefited me greatly, and it's done through a lot of fun, through these weekly activities. So I think it's a great opportunity for others to come and join as well. And what's unique about the HSS is that there is no registration, there's no application form. You walk in through that door, and somebody will come and receive you, and now you're a part of the HSS family.
That's lovely.
And that's how we do it. And it's not only for the Hindu community alone. We have already mentioned a series of events that we do. If there are other organizations that believe that they could partner with us, because remember, it's more hands the merrier, correct?
Right.
There is a need to do more. And if these organizations come together with us, we can actually achieve more. Similarly, if there is something that other organizations are doing where they feel that HSS can lend a helping hand, then we would be more than happy to partner with these organizations and get something done. The ultimate goal being that we should build a stronger community and a stronger USA.
Oh, I love that. Well, thank you. I really so appreciate you coming by and giving us just, some really good understanding about what HSS is, how you serve the community, and how you get involved. So,
yeah, we'd like to thank you as well and appreciate what you do for the community.
Well, thank you. And if you would like more information about the HSS-USA, specifically the Naperville-Aurora chapter, please go and visit their website.